Well, on this Monday, we are in the midst of change. We've got wind out there that's blowing in from the northwest. You can see our flags at Home of Economy in Grand Forks moving in that wind. You can also see that there's a little bit of blue sky trying to shine through overall in the Grand Forks area, but mostly we've been experiencing those mostly cloudy skies, and that will be the overall rule, then the exception here for the rest of the day today. Let's take a look at our current winds. They are gusting into the 20s. At times we've seen some 30-mile-per-hour gusts. Our current peak gust in Fargo at 26 miles per hour. Oaks checking in at 21, and so is Detroit Lakes. You can see the direction of the wind, and this is the big difference maker here. Northerly or northwesterly winds blowing in that colder air. It's causing some blowing snow, and that's reduced our visibility at times in places like Foston. We're at 2.5 miles visibility. Grafton at 6, Langdon at 5. A reminder, we want to see those 10s across the map. 10 miles is the maximum visibility report that can come in. And then over in Bemidji, we're at 7 miles there with that report of some snow. Southern Valley, it's looking better as far as visibility reports are concerned. So that's also where we've got a little bit of cloud cover and even some snow that's been showing up, at least on the radar, not necessarily making its way to the surface. So here's a look at our temperatures. We're only at 1 right now in Langdon and in Hallock, and then farther south where it's taking longer for that colder air to move in, hanging on to 27 in the Sisseton area. It's 18 in Fargo. Factor in that wind though. Getting brutally cold again here up in the Northern Valley. We're talking about wind chills into the teens below 0. 16 below is what it feels like to be outside in this in Cavalier. Whereas Fargo, not as terrible, but we're still dealing with some cold wind chills at about 3. So a look at your visible radar and satellite map. You can see there are some areas where we have some clearing, where we've got those darker images, where we've got that brighter gray color moving through the screen here. That's clouds that the radar, or rather the satellite, is seeing. And then speaking of radar, the radar layer here showing that there is some blue on the map down by Sisseton, Wahpeton, Breckenridge. You might be getting a few flurries. There's a little band here that's been pushing southward as well in the heart of the valley. So I can't rule out a flake or two, but the main event is farther south from us with this latest round, and we're really looking more westward for what will be coming our way later tonight and into tomorrow morning. So let's talk about that. Through the afternoon hours today, we'll watch these temperatures continue to slide. We will see those numbers much colder to the north and then to the south, still cooling down, but it's taking longer. So by 6 o'clock this evening, you can see that we've got places that are below 0. We're not too far off of it right now with that one reading that we are reporting in the Langdon area. And now we're going to be seeing some sub-zero temperatures there. We'll see some clouds kind of breaking up. That plus the sun setting and the wind easing a little bit will let our temperatures drop pretty quickly. The kind of saving thing going on is that approaching next round of snow, because it will bring those clouds with it, which help to insulate us overnight. And then this will continue to keep our temperatures from dropping anymore. But you probably noticed the snow moving in. I paused the clock here at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. We've got an area of light to moderate snow moving through, and that will be unfortunately moving through just in time for that morning commute with some wind associated with it too. We could see some gusts getting into the 20s and 30s, and that creates those low wind chills. And I've just added them to our forecast planner here for tomorrow. You can see as we're making our way into this time tomorrow afternoon, temperatures that are similar, but we're still dealing with the wind. Eventually the snow does move on, but we've got some cold air in its wake coming our way. Here's a look at our snowfall potential for amounts. A lot of places are probably going to be in that 1 to 2 inch range, but there will be some spots that see a little bit more than that. Add some wind, and we know the rule there, that it's going to end up being a little tougher here for a few hours tomorrow morning. Of course, we'll be right here tracking it on the valley today for you throughout the morning. Wednesday, that's going to be our toughest day of the week temperature-wise, but hey, just in time for the weekend.
Exactly, yeah.
Nice warm up.
It is a nice, exactly. And I say anytime you be increased from like 5 to 18, anytime it's above 10, it's a good day after.
Yeah, at this point in the year, that feels good.